Hi, I'm Blake. I'm the fundraising coach for Breaking AIDS Ride, and the purpose of this video is to give you the basics on how to get your fundraising done successfully. So this video is going to be just a few minutes long, and it will just be the basics. So if you have questions about anything or you want more info or you need my help, always reach out to me. Okay, so your first step, set 2 goals. How much money do you want to raise? If you're thinking, ooh, 3,000 is a lot of money, that's my goal. Okay, but go ahead and set your goal higher. It does not change what's required of you, but it will inspire your donors. So set that goal high. If you're thinking, I can make 4,000, 5,000, 10,000, write it down, set that goal. The second goal you want to set is, when do you want to be done with your fundraising? Nothing quite so sweet as being done with your fundraising. And the other thing that'll do is it'll motivate your donors to give earlier. So if you approach your donors with, my goal is to raise $5,000 by the end of July so I can focus on my training, they're going to give more and they're going to give earlier than if you just say, I'm doing this ride. Okay, so set those 2 goals and be ready to share them. Your next step is to literally make a list of every single person you know in the world, okay? Doctor, dentist, dry cleaner, barista, everybody. Because the awareness we raise is just as important as the money we raise. And you're also going to be incredibly surprised by the people who support you, okay? So make that list of everybody you know. Take a look at the list. If there's anybody on there who might be able to give you a major donation, someone who might be able to give you 500 or 1,000 or more, those are people you're going to want to ask one-on-one, preferably in person, but it's a big old crazy world, so it might be on FaceTime or Zoom or whatever. And you're going to tell them very important stuff. What you're doing. Don't be humble. You're putting a lot of time into this ride and preparing for it. What you're doing, why you're doing it, as specific as you can be about your reason for doing the ride. Where the money goes, housing works in a nutshell, which is hard to talk about housing works in a nutshell, but pick a couple things out of the thousands of things that they do that you think will speak to this possible major donor. Then the hard part, the scary part, is you're going to look this possible major donor square in the eye and you're going to say, and I want you to give me $1,000. Then you're going to shut up, okay? Because the voices in your head are going to be like, oh my God, just give me $25, never talk to me again. Don't say any of that. Just let it sit there. Maybe they say, ooh, bad timing, I can give you 500. Maybe they say, my partner's company matches, so I'm going to have them donate it, and then you'll get twice as much. So if you have people like that, go for it. Again, I'm happy to help you with your pitch, so just reach out to me about it. One good thing to do then is, if you have a possible person like that, once they've committed to the donation, now you're going to reach out to everybody else on your list. But if you can reach out to them with, a generous anonymous donor is going to match the first $1,000 I make, then you'll get them to give even more and even earlier, okay? So next step is, everybody else on that list you're going to get to with an email or a letter, because we all have that aunt who won't trust the interwebs, but emails or letters saying similar information, what you're doing, why you're doing it, where the money goes, and I need your help. I need your help is huge, okay? Because we all act like we don't need anybody's help, so when you ask for it, that goes a long way. You'll link them to your fundraising webpage. I am happy, beyond happy, to look at your letters and emails before you send them out, because little things like mentioning corporate matching gifts, the fact that people can break down donations into automatic monthly payments, making it easier to give more, things like that can make a big difference. So again, feel free to send me that email before you send it out. Probably the most important thing I will tell you about fundraising is, be ready to follow up. If you send out 100 emails, you're going to send out more. But if you sent out 100 emails, 20 people will give immediately, 20 people will never ever give. 60 people are going to let it just trickle off the bottom of their inbox, never to be seen again. So reminders can be quick. It doesn't have to be a big deal. It can just be, oh, just got back from a 50-mile training ride, blah, blah, blah. My friend decided to join me on the ride. Funniest thing happened while I was training today. Look what Housing Works is doing. So just pick any little thing, send it back out, not too late to give, and again, that link to your page. Always that link to your page, okay? So if you're thinking, this all sounds like a lot of work, can't I just do this all in one night? Yeah, you absolutely can. We do something called a house party, and what that is you invite people over knowing that it's a fundraiser, don't surprise them, and we will get a speaker to either speak on a Zoom party or come to your party or whatever and speak on your behalf. Because it's hard to get up in front of friends and family and be like, I'm amazing and wonderful. Super easy for one of our volunteers to get up in front of your friends and family and be like, they're amazing and wonderful. You need to support them. So the gist of the party is that people will donate per month what they were planning on giving you as a donation, because they're going to have an amount in their mind, but the speaker's going to ask them to match your commitment. So someone who was planning on giving $100 is now going to give $400 or $500, because they'll do 100 a month for however many months, et cetera, et cetera. So as you can imagine, you can fly past your minimum, fly past your goal in one night. Then you email everybody who didn't make the party and be like, it was amazing, we had a dozen people here and we raised $7,000, and then let them do the math. Okay? So yeah, the main thing is to get started. So wherever you keep your life, wherever you keep your calendar, just put those basic things in there. Set a date to set your goals, set a date to draft your email and send it to me, set dates to talk to any major donors, set your dates to get those out. Reminders, send out reminders on the 1st of the month and the 15th of the month from now through the ride. The 15th is great because that's when people get the happy paycheck, the one that doesn't just go to your rent or the mortgage. So, okay, I hope this helps. Feel free to come to me with any questions anytime. There's also good and bad ways to use social media. So reach out to me about those. All right, bye.